Hello, name's Derek. I buy physical media, sell it on eBay. Then make videos about what I buy, sourced videos. And in the mornings, most mornings, I make what sold videos. This is 8:45 in the morning, Monday, what sold video. If you're new here, that's what I do. If you're not, you probably skip that. So, get quite a few. There's 20 going out, and my book box is full of 30, and 30 books takes at least 6 hours to really get the pictures and research prices and post and then put away and all that. So, this could be a shorter, well, quicker video with considering how many I have. All right. Going to cut this one straight down the thread. Straight on the thread, straight in the needle. I don't even know which one I'm thinking of. Let's get started. How about that? All right. So first we have Balance and Strength by Jane Addams. Maybe I'll look weird from constantly do that. I'll figure something out sometime. Get better equipment, better gear, better setup in due time. DVD 16. So it's 1556. So if you're new, I round up or round down. If it was 1549, it would have been 15. Right? So round up or round down. I do free shipping on everything but auctions. All right, there's that. Red Hot Chili Peppers. By the way, I tried to say I'd be standing in line to see a show tonight, and there's a light on. Heavy glow. It's a single. It's a UK 3-track single of By the Way. $11. I still have Chili Peppers in the car. Stadium Arcadium. I mean, because 2 discs is better than 1. And combined, that's probably on those 2. It's got to be 35, 38 songs on those in between the 2. But this Living Bible Collection, 5-disc DVD set, 18. Holiday Inn Soundtrack, 19. So this is 1946. Went down to 19, right? 19. And I'm just telling you the price of what they paid, not including any tax. No, it's over here. Willie Nelson cassette. This was not from the estate buy. I don't think it was because it's in a whole other box and drawers that I used for all those. So likely got it at a store. I don't remember where, but 19. Count Basie. Teensy teens. 15. So if you're new here, if you're new into reselling, $15, well, $15.27, $15 sale. The shipping, assuming it did not sell under promoted, and with the fees, that's still $7 to $8 after figuring the dollar I paid for it. May have been less, may have been more, right? So it's still making $7-8 on a $15 sale in the media category. Mainly because that's shipping. Up to 16.9 ounces is $4.47. As soon as you hit 17 ounce or 1 pound 1 ounce, then you go up to the next one, which is $5.22, all the way up to the next pound change. This Kenji Domain of Murder, $12. So I still have 11. I've probably sold not quite that many, but let's say I got 20 from Salvation Army in Ashtabula. Let's see if there's a date stamp. Well, I mean, I know there's going to be. June of 2024. And they are slow sellers. I have another one that's like $35, $30. But I paid 35 cents and they're going to sit in a box and sell slowly, right? Now the webpage decided to buy again. Those who know, it's just an older tablet I paid a couple bucks for at a thrift store, and it does its job. So let's go back over here to awaiting shipment. And we actually have a pretty good CD sale right here. Get down to it. That's not it. That's not it. Ah, this is. All right. So this Indiana Jones Chronicles Volume 1 soundtrack. $47. It's pretty good for a disc media CD. And then we have these old Congress. I sell a lot of cards, just a lot of smalls in general, anything that was preferably under 8 ounces, because typically that next 12-ounce rate was a huge difference, and years ago even. And now it can get up to $8 to go from here to California for first class. So for that, I mean, you can go cubic cheaper, but still. This deck of cards of these Hounds, English, whatever I have the title is, it's never changed over all those years. Horse, Bloodhounds. I grew up with Bloodhound. Her name was Sherlock, because our other dog's name was Holmes. I should have worn my other shirt. Something about dad jokes. But $12. Yeah. Myth of the State. Had this since spring of last year, but $45. It's a good book to hold on to, and eventually get $45 for it. Let's make sure it was spring last year, because I looked it up, because I know I've had it for a while. This one, I believe it was this one. No, spring of this year. Then there was another. I know I've had those cards for a while. There's no date stamp, so you know what? I just proved myself wrong once. Okay, there is no date stamp. There was something I know that I had. So maybe it's farther up in here. All right. Queequong. That seems to be a running theme of late. So I got that Queequong CD DVD, and it actually is a DVD. It does have DVD wrote on the back. That's going to go. Did I? No, it's not listed. Did I? Maybe. But that's like $50. And then I sold a Queequong by the same person the other day for like $20. And this one is probably the same, 19. And then I got another Queequong something I think I had in the sourcing video. I don't. Okay. Sons of Tennessee. No barcode. Just looks like your run-of-the-mill choir boy, maybe a little bit of country performers, like a lot of other gospel. For those who know, I do that. I really don't record with the cat door open when it's 30 degrees outside. It is gospel, right? So it's just one of those run-of-the-mill type gospel. But aside of the fact it's a twofer, there's 2 types of albums on here, where it's a whole compilation of 22 selections. Cost you more money to write selections than it did songs. But that is actually a lot of blue and stuff in this, in black. I found it worthy enough to put on a pile and hand type to find out more about it, and I'm kind of glad I did. $31, and got it, or I listed it. It wasn't too long ago. June. So 5 months ago. 6/11, yeah, 5 months ago. So that's a good sit on a CD for 5 months and get $31 out of it, right? Oh man. Okay, there we go. Another good disc. March of Wooden Soldiers, Blu-ray. Open. Disc only. Well, not just disc only. No insert. Was new. I'll be telling a different story, but I still got 32 for an open Blu-ray. 'Tis the season. Another really good CD. This is sealed. Oh, come on, Halo. All right. That's a little better. Sealed. Cleveland Orchestra. Severance Hall. The reopening. So there's variations of this Severance Hall. There's the opening, the gala. There's, I don't know, 3 or 4 different variations. This is just one that there's not a lot of. And it's brought to you by Smuckers, which is headquartered down in Orville, which is where I go. Actually, the factory is, I think the part of the factory is right across from the Goodwill where I go. So next time I go down there, I'll drive around and get a little video of Smuckers. I thought I was going to start doing that like last December. Different places I go, I'm just going to get a little video of things that are around here. But off topic, $35. This is a book I think I've had for years. Harper, The Language of Wisdom and Folly. Someone Irving Lee. $18. All right, so it's about this size or a tad bigger books I generally, but if they're much bigger than this, or much bigger than that Myth of the State one, I don't always stay away from them, but when I do, I don't have to deal with them. But not a lot of them really are bigger books like that, or bigger than the State. In this one, see if I can corroborate what I was just saying. Yeah. May of 2023. So it's 2.5 years old. Pretty much. 2.5 years old that it's been listed. It just constantly got enough attention, enough views, to where anytime when there was, maybe even last time I redid it, either way, when there's 3 views on the counter and a listing is 3 months old or older, I will click on that 3, and if the listings have 4, 5, or just more than that views, I will take it down and reprice. Disc media, for the most part, gets repriced about 5%. Everything else about 10%. Just because that everything else takes up a lot more room, and I want to be able to have it rotate out more so I can have more in and less of the non-desired stuff out. So if you reprice it by a little chunk, it's only going to be a couple bucks what it translates to. So let's go here. I've had this one for a while. All right, next. Point of that. Louis Miguel, 14 Grandes. CD. Didn't get that. I got this one not too long ago. Maybe a week ago, 2 weeks ago. 19. Avatar, Book 2, Earth, Volume 4, DVD, sealed, $12. Donkey Kong, Wii, Nintendo Wii, game, complete. Actually, I think there's an extra manual here for something. No, this is just these manuals, man. They're just so damn heavy anymore. But, clean disc. I think there's maybe a little real small minor got spun on a piece of plastic like looking scuffs on it. $20. No, you don't. Vince Gill just listed this one with, I don't know, within a week. 17. And then speaking of bigger books, so I'm going to say this one, so I can move this. 22. So we can see, so this is a songbook. I used to go to a place up here, Thrift on the Vine. because it was on Vine Street, and there's a church thrift store on one side and a church on the other side. And they used to have like fill a paper grocery bag for like $10. So you can go in and fill it up. So I used to fill it up with a whole bunch of their books. And a lot of the times they were just like book material like this. So I was getting paper bags with, it could be anywhere from 30 to over 100 different media items I'll put in there for $10 a bag. So I wasn't really paying much, 10, 12 cents. So somewhat getting an idea by typing if it was like a thicker, heavier book. And almost all of it was going to be religious. And I start to get kind of an idea on some authors, some types, some very, very specific aspects in the religious authoring market industry on what's sought after. And even if I'm getting a book for 10 cents and if it sells for $10, it wasn't going to be something like this. It's going to be something small, right? Because this is a lot of room for $10 when I can have other things that take up 1/4 the amount of room for $10. Am I going to run out of room? Can I have it in wherever you're at, wherever you store your stuff? Shelves and shelves and shelves and shelves everywhere, and that way you just have a path where you live at to where you can get around and you're within safety standards. Yeah, but to sellers, to some, that little space that you're using, that you're dedicating for reselling is, I want to say valuable, but if you can have more stuff in one cubic something, that makes that more valuable than a bunch of $10 books that take up at least 4 times as much space. All right. $22 for that. So I ended up with a whole bunch of songbooks and all kinds of stuff and religious pamphlets, so on and so forth. And eventually a whole bunch of that stuff is gone. And now I'm more honed in on what I look for when it comes down to books. So this is just a lingerer. Been around for years. $22. All right. So that is, actually, that's going to be a pretty short video for that many. That's going to wrap that one up. So like what you heard, like what you saw, like what you learned. The value of space, I suppose. The story of, not the value of space, the story of ways on how to get familiar with things that you can get that's cheap. Getting in lots, getting in deals, getting in small sales like that at random places where you can spend $20 on a box like this. If it's a box like this with a whole bunch of books this size and thinner, I will bet you, as you're looking at your buy, now you've got this box that has 100 books in it. You're going to, and they all vary in different genres and topics and themes and stuff, right? You're going to be able to find there's a couple things in there that you're going to catch on to what is going to do better. And now that you have that little bit, now that you've opened the spigot, now you can open it a little more and you can get a little more. And then, if you like what you do, it makes it easy. All right. Tell me anything going up. Comment down below. Subscribe, share. It's all free. Take a second to help me to help. We're helping everybody. All right. Appreciate it. Thank you.